Okay, we first started this video outside. It's actually not my house, it's my best friend's house. That way she could help me recording. That's her behind the camera. And then the one beside me is my cousin. In the beginning, I wasn't expecting it to be what I thought it was going to be okay, just to have someone hold me and walk throughout the street. But then I felt it a little bit difficult trying to keep myself balanced. But I felt it like I needed to keep myself balanced.
Looks like you're taking a selfie, dude.
¿Este? Que no se tan... Yeah. Step 3.
As we were walking through the aisles, I had to really trust my cousin that we weren't going to bump into things, that I wasn't going to bump into things, that I wasn't going to fall. Once we meet ourselves towards the meat section, my cousin was kind of guiding me, telling me what meat is where located, because we were planning on making food. I wanted to put the groceries on my own. After they seen the cashier lady was curious why was I blindfolded, and I told her about my project, and she found it really interesting. She never really seen anyone conduct this type of thing.
I'm gonna watch you relax.
For a life story.
Ready? Want a soda? You guys got the soda?
After leaving the grocery store, I felt it a little bit more comfortable holding alongside my cousin. I was more comfortable in stepping. I didn't feel like I was going to trip.
Put your hand and I catch you. Put your foot up. Put your foot up.
One of the things I decided to do is to wash the dishes. Washing the dishes, I find it kind of interesting. Well, to do it, because I know for me, it was muscle memory, just having to scrub the mug. But then, I know that I needed my eyes to see if there was any yuckiness or residue left. And I kind of relied on my best friend to tell me it was clean, or after that, I just trusted my gut. I wanted to fold the clothes, so I was just folding, but I didn't realize that the pants were backwards. Once it came to this piece, I thought it was a jacket, until I realized it wasn't because of the strings of the dress.
No, it's a dress.
It's a dress?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Afterwards, I kind of got frustrated with it. I knew, but I didn't know how the dress went, so I just kind of folded it in half and put it to the side and move on to the next one.
Okay. I guess you'll stop. Okay, now this is pants too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it already?
It's backwards. All the pants are backwards.
Oh.
do you fold them? Like double squared, one fold, two fold?
2 folds, I think it was. You need help?
Once I put the jeans aside, I went on to the next thing. I tried using my finger toe touch
Yeah.
to figure out what it is. I
They're
thought it
all
was
backwards,
PJs,
So you gotta.
but it ended up being shorts. That's why you could kind of see I was just feeling on him, feeling the shape, trying to figure out where to fold him.
How many times do I fold this one?
Just once.
I fold it.
Then I accidentally grabbed 2 items and I was like, okay, which one do I do first? Let me just gently lay that back down. And the shirt,
Yeah.
since I work in retail, I was like, okay, so like muscle memory, they just fix it. And then when it came to the collar, I knew that the longer side, the side that goes up, was the back, and the shorter side was in the front. And I knew that I was holding the right side, but I think because I was being stared at, I got nervous, so I just folded how I folded it, the wrong way.
How do you fold your shirts?
Hi, don't mind the scenery. It's pretty much my iPad on a pillow, on a makeup bag, on a box. Oh, well. Alright, so you made it to the end of the video, and I'm about to discuss the things needed that need to be in the video. Okay, so one of the things is discuss the kinds of training you will need. Alright, so I found what I feel was important from the book. I found that you would need at least a range and variety of experiences. When a child has a visual impairment, experiences must be gained by using the remaining senses, especially touch and hearing. However, these senses do not compensate entirely for the quick and holistic information provided by vision. What I would say would be better for the person is to get more familiar with objects. Like for me, when I was touching the clothes, I could kind of like guess what kind of item I was touching. Just for the dress, I really thought it was a sweater, but then afterwards I knew it was a dress because of the strings. So let's say you're maneuvering yourself around the house. Sorry, there's a fly. I don't know how it got in here, but it's in here. Please ignore the fly. I apologize for the fly being in the video. Continue. So by maneuvering yourself around the house, maybe there's walls with different textures, or like an item on the wall. Okay, let's turn left, or let's turn right. Or like if you know. Oh yeah, that was actually one of the things I wanted to mention. To be able, the ability to move around. They must learn to travel safely and efficiently in the environment using a variety of orientation and mobility skills. They could use tools such as a long cane, or like in my instance, I used my cousin as a guide for me. Also, related to mobility, I know that I choose blindness to be the subject that I'm going to focus. on this project. But like if I was using a wheelchair and I had and I if I was using a oh my gosh, if I was using a wheelchair in this project, that means I would have to adjust many changes. I would have to adjust okay, where once I stepped out of my best friend's house or just stepping in, there's a step. So having a wheelchair, I will need to have to change the front door and put a ramp there, that way I could go in. Another thing related to mobility, when I was in the store, once you get to the cashier, the aisle's super skinny. It's super thin. It's narrow. It was enough for me and my cousin to be side to side. It has to be one person first and the other after. But I feel like if I was in a wheelchair, then maybe it would have worked because I would still be in the front and my cousin was in the back. Yeah, that's something I wanted to point out. I think at home, for me to be, I know that I said to like feel the walls, feel like objects that would tell you turn left, turn right, to know this is here, this is there. I think it's very important for their safety to not have like sharp edges. Like I know there's some tables that might be sharp, like to know that, just I feel like it would be better to have rounder or more on the rounder side. When I was going to the bed, I thought that I was going towards like the little mini space, but I end up bumping myself to the edge of the bed. That kind of told me, okay, I'm here, I know what's on the right, I know what's on the left, I know what's behind me. That kind of helped as like guidance. Oh, I kind of answered also, how might you need to adapt your home environment to live independently with disability. So yeah, just having like landmarks, knowing I feel this portrait here, maybe I could turn left, I feel this lamp here, I could turn straight. I think being organized is very important too. I think in schools, teachers have also a very important part as well. I know that's not really related to home-based, but I know like it's very important for teachers not to teach the general stuff, but also teach them how to live, like preparing yourself to live. And I know in the book it mentioned like, oh yeah, instruction in the expanded core curriculum. Professionals have affirmed that direct teaching of the disability-specific skills of the expanded curriculum is essential for success in school and adult life, and therefore should be considered a cornerstone of the best professional practices. Because that way they could help also by teaching them independent living skills, which will help them with hygiene, food preparation or retrieval, or self-determination skills, which will help them with sense of self, decision making, problem solving, and many other skills that I feel that is also required for them. Well, actually, for anyone actually to turn in. And I feel like, for me personally, I would have loved it that if teachers would teach all kinds of things in the classroom, because I feel like not only with people with a disability, of course, not only with people with disabilities would benefit them, but I feel like if teachers would teach it all, everything in general, everything would help every single student, and I feel like that would be very beneficial for the child and the way they're adapting to life. Okay, I think that is all. I hope the video was good. I hope you liked it. I actually enjoy doing it. I feel like I'm more of a hands-on person, so I'm really thankful for having this option as one of the options, and I think that's it. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you have a good day. Take care. Adios. Bye.